Welcome, everybody, to Everyday People with your host, Jesus Washington. And I have a very special guest with me today, Miss Samantha. And Samantha is a plant-based hairstylist and also a spiritual healer. And we are going to get to know her more and the beautiful things that she does out here for herself and the world. Ready? Ready. Yalla, Samantha. Yalla, tell us about you first.
So I've been doing hair for 20 years. Um, I decided to go plant-based alone because it's helpful to our bodies. So I decided to switch to vegan called and it's beautiful color. It looks just as well as any other color, and um, I enjoy the products, that they're safe. So that's why I use the safe colors. I also, for my bleach, I have a client who had surgeries and some anesthesia here. I do all the time. I haven't seen her in a while. She's on medications. I used a different bleach and it broke her hair off. So I decided I have to make something better. So now I use Schwarzkopf bleach that's got keratin in it, which keratin that is what our hair is made of.
Yes.
And now her hair is beautiful and long, and we have not had a problem since. So
Yes, thank you to Dr. Plant-Based Samantha.
yeah, if I'm gonna preach healthy, I have to, follow all the so.
Yes, definitely. And I do want to appreciate you for being a sponsor on our show. And the hair salon that you work out of is called New You Salon in Birmingham. Yes, and today I went to Miss Samantha's beauty salon, and mashallah, she took care of me. Of course, my hair, mashallah, it got shorter, but it's healthier now. And the color that she used on my hair is extremely unique. It's like, as you said, it's a German color.
Oh, I used Schwarzkopf on her hair color today. She used the blue base color.
Yes.
The color that I normally use does not have blue base. So we wanted to do something more fun with her hair. So,
Yes. So out in the sun, I'm gonna have blue hair.
yeah.
It's gonna like shine blue, and then my grays are gonna be like sparkly. Those are gonna be the brightest blues. I really appreciate it. Thank you for taking care of me. It's been a while. It's been a year since I was able to take care of my hair, and you took care of it to the best of the best, and used beautiful products. All what did you use on my hair?
So today I use Lanza. It's called Rescue Trauma Treatment, and it helps to help color skin hair 106% longer. So it's pretty awesome. It keeps the color nice, and it helps hair that is traumatized, that has had issues. And I also have used, oh, sorry, I also used stuff that is actually a men's products called Ruzol. It's meant from Holland. They didn't have barbers in Holland. They only had hairdressers. And once they found out how to be barbers, they made their whole line of hair care products. But it also works very well on women's hair, and it smells delicious.
Ooh. Yes,
so,
it does.
Yeah, I use the best products that work well. I use all different products because I use what works well for every hair type. So I use anything from Lanza, Schwarzkopf, Devon S, and Ruzol are the main products that I tend to use. I also do keratin treatments, and I use a natural base one as well.
That's new. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, so keratin treatments, there's the Brazilian that's been very toxic. And then there's another keratin that I use. It's supposed to blow out. What makes the shine on it is what we use for the shine on our pretzels. So it's
What?
not, harmful to the hair.
Uh-huh.
But they also came out with one that's more plant-based and natural, and takes longer. It's a longer process, but you get to you could wash your hair the same day. A lot of keratin treatments you can't, and it's healthier for you. Not that they would recommend it, but it's more plant based where you can actually, eat it.
Wow.
It's that natural.
Yes. I remember when I did my first keratin treatment. I didn't like the results. Like I felt like my hair was like sticking to my head. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it felt like so like straight, you know?
So this one actually, you can keep applying it, reapplying it until you get the texture that you want. So if your hair's really curly and it's still too curly for you, I can keep reapplying it. It's safe enough to keep reapplying it to your
Wow.
hair.
Yes, because with the normal keratin, you can't do that.
No, you don't. You just do one process, but you can keep processing it to make it as straight as you want. If you want your hair to do that to your hair. I've never had anybody do that.
Right.
It has the possibilities.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't want just like straight hair. Like without any like volume or curls or
Yeah, you could.
waves.
I mean, I don't know how many times it would take, but yeah, you could do that.
Now, your products, do they work for all types of clients, different like texture?
Yes, absolutely. I use products to the hair. What works best for the hair? Oh, I also use Big Sexy Hair to put the volume in your hair.
Yeah.
It's a powder and it feels really cool on the scalp.
It feels really good on the scalp. It feels like mint on the scalp. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
You know that refreshing feeling of mint?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what it felt like. Now, how long have you been doing hair?
20 years.
20 years? And did you go to school?
Of course.
Where'd you
And
go?
I went to David Presley's. It's in Royal. David Presley was an amazing man. I got to know him. And he was very passionate about what he did. And
He's related to Elvis Presley?
no. He wishes. But no, he actually lived to be like 106 years old.
Wow.
And when I was in school, he was 95. We had a 95 surprise birthday for him. So,
That's beautiful.
but I've kept up my education, like the heritage training, you have to be certified. You don't have to, but you should be certified.
Yes.
And I take hair classes. So I at least take at least one hair cutting and some color or highlighting classes as well. I do funky colors. It's like my niche, really.
Yes.
I like to do rainbow colors.
Yes.
So I do a lot of fun colors.
I should have asked you for some pictures.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I have pictures, of course. Yeah,
Oh, it's next time I'll have you on the show.
yeah,
I'll show you a picture.
yeah. I have a lot of pictures.
Yes.
Of different. Yeah, I do it for men and women. I have a mix of clientele, men and women. I started off my career in a barber. My boss was a barber, so I learned. I had like 75% male clientele
In the beginning, when you
in the
first started
beginning.
out.
But now, since I've transitioned, I say 50-50.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So, yeah, so very.
Came like a long way.
I have come a long way. I enjoy doing hair, and I do, since I'm a coach, I help people get their coaching sometimes while they're getting their hair done.
While you're doing their hair. Yes, but we're definitely going to talk about coaching after the break. But we have. So like you did you know that you're going to be a hairstylist? Like when you're little, like how did you get into this, and how did you get into like plant based?
Okay, so I didn't know that I was going to be a hairstylist and stuff. My aunt actually, I was going to college and I just was resonating with me. I wasn't doing well, and my aunt was like, I think you'd be really good at taking hair. And I looked into it and I was like, oh, it's only an 11-month program. Okay, I can handle that. So I did it and I made it through. And at first, I wasn't sure if I was going to do hair, but then the salon that I went to, she taught me all the things that I didn't know how to do. I had to learn. So, yeah, I became really good at blow drying curly hair because my boss had curly hair, and I had to learn how to blow dry hair. I wasn't good at blow drying hair when I got out of beauty school. So I had practiced with my boss. And I became really good at blow drying hair. In fact, she preferred me to blow dry her hair. So
You are so fast. You literally finished in like 2 hours. You colored my hair. You washed my hair. You cut it, and you blow dried it.
and I only the curls in her hair was from the brush. I did not use curling iron.
No curly iron. And the products were really good. They all smelled really really good.
And yeah, so yeah, because my aunt told me to try it. That's how I got involved.
So did you do their hair? Is that why? Like, were you doing their hair?
When I was younger, I would do other people's hairstyle. It's weird because I don't really do many updos or anything now. But
Yeah.
back then, I would play with people's hair. But I'm really passionate about cutting and coloring hair. It's
Yes.
more my passion. So,
Right. Definitely. That's like your niche right there.
yes.
Your niche.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, let's take a commercial break, and then we have two videos that I want to share. The first video is at the salon
New you.
New You.
So,
Yes, New You Salon. So it was this is the before and this is the after. So the first video is the before where I did my hair, and then the after one is during the process when Samantha was doing my hair, coloring my hair. We did a video together as well. And after the commercial break, all of you guys will get to see it. All right, you are watching Everyday People live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and top social media platforms. Make sure you like, you follow, you share, you comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. أعزائي المشاهدين شكرا لمشاهدة WJZZ Cool TV. And today's show is Everyday People, and my guest is Samantha, and she is also a sponsor for the show, and we appreciate the sponsorship. And the salon is called New You. So if you would like to go, get your hair done, and you care about, what kind of products you use on your hair, Samantha uses plant-based products on the hair. So you can basically reach out to her. At the end of the show, we will have some contact information where you can reach out to Samantha. And also, I want to thank our sponsors, Pink Cab Express Incorporation and Pink Medical Transportation for sponsorship. And if you want to sponsor the show, you can hit my Cash App at capital J 112233 capital W. And let's get back to the show and let's watch the first video.
Make sure you tune in on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Today, because I have a special guest, her name is Samantha, and she is a hairstylist and a spiritual healer. And today she is going to do my hair. She is my sponsor. Thank you so much for sponsorship. Make sure you stay tuned to look at my hair. I'm going to change color, and she's going to do a style. And this is the salon, New You in Birmingham, and they've been in business for 50 years. That's this one.
Yes, that was the before I went into the salon, and now let's see the second video when Samantha was coloring my hair.
Today, mashallah, I Queen Sheba today this one, and I am at salon with the beautiful. This one, this is a beautiful Samantha. Mashallah, she's doing my hair today. She is sponsoring this, and you guys gonna stay tuned and make sure you share and subscribe to Snapchat this one and all social media platforms, and stay tuned to WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world, to Everyday People and stay tuned to the after look for this one. Beautiful.
yeah.
I thought today I was gonna be Smirnoff, right?
Oh, you thought you were gonna be a Smurf.
A Smurf, right? A Smurf. It was the blue was going all over until mashallah Samantha came up with the magic eraser. She has this cotton pad, it takes all the color out. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, so now I want to get into your spiritual healing and
Okay.
meditation and what you do.
Okay. I've been on a spiritual journey probably, most of my life, but I started transition more so in the last 10 years. My aunt is a spiritual healer and she has a school and all of the things. And so she guided me to be in this healing process. And then I decided I wanted to help people and be a healer myself. So then I've been educating and getting more and more involved in learning, like us healers and coaches tend to think like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough under my belt. So we get all the certifications we possibly can.
Wow.
So
I never had anybody
we're
explain it like that.
overachievers, okay? So I am certified in Reiki. I am a certified yoga instructor. I do meditation and breath work. I crystal healings, inner child, past life regression, ancestral, generational, and I'm a coach, and I'm also in a new coaching program where I'm learning these techniques that are amazing. Her name is Dr. Erin. She's pretty awesome, Fascal. She has this whole process that will help people heal in a quicker way. And I just can't utilize the skill set yet, but it does help in processing in the way I already do. And it helped me tremendously. In programs I've learned before, how you kind of tell people that's kind of like therapy where they tell you what's wrong with you in a way. But the way I work is I am a safe space for somebody to have a chance to process their emotions, process what they're going through on their own with me, guiding them with questions. I am helping someone heal themselves with guidance and support. So, helping people see what's going on with their life, what needs to happen to help them move um, in progress and growth to find their truth, to find their purpose. My niches are codependency and relationships. I've been through a lot of that stuff. So I tend to, that's my niche. Codependency, we are all codependent in some way, shape, or form. It could be in relationships, it could be to food, it could be to alcohol and drugs, it can be to social media, and people just don't know how to stop the cycles. How do I remove myself and move forward in healthy habits? So I teach people techniques. I give them homework and things to do to integrate into their lives to help them have a healthier, happier life and find their way and truth within themselves. Because in society, we're taught to look outside of ourselves when really it should be going within ourselves.
That's right. That's right.
And once you learn how to love yourself unconditionally, then the sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit.
The sky is the limit. I mean, like, whatever you want, you desire, it's all about positivity, perspective, and love.
Love. That's key.
It's really all it's all about.
That's all it's all about.
Mhm.
I wanted to discuss first the different certificates that you have,
Okay.
what it is, and how.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we can talk about that first to explain what those different things are,
Absolutely.
and yeah, go ahead.
So Reiki is the basics.
Mhm.
Reiki is all about the chakras and energy. And there are 7 main chakras that, the Western society teaches. They're different colors, they have symbols, and they're attached to different body parts. They affect us emotionally and mentally in different ways. The way I like to see the chakras is that it's our soul body in this physical body.
Hmm.
And so all the chakras can be affected and conditioned per se by our growing up and life experiences.
Mhm.
So Reiki work is energy and I can work on people to heal physical ailments. And uh, yeah, so that's basically Reiki, working on the chakras. There's crystal healing. I also have that certification. You can work with different crystals. I wear a bunch. They all have different meanings and stand for different things and help with different things. So you can put them on the chakras as well. I use pendulums. I like crystal pendulums, and I work with the chakras. I can ask questions, what people need to hear. I can I use them to balance, clear, and align their chakras so that they're, you know, balanced out. We got all this junk inside of ourselves that needs to be healed, and clearing the chakras is a good way to feel the difference in how you could feel when you start utilizing the tools that I would give you. You can keep those clear. And that's also with meditation. So with yoga, I went through the 200 hours of yoga. I do hatha. I teach it on Thursday mornings in Clawson. And it is, you also learn how to meditate and how to do breath work as well. You get all of the modalities learning in yoga teacher training. Yoga is so important because it moves the body. It moves you in positions that you have stuck, where it's stuck inside the physical body, that can help release. If you've ever done yoga, sometimes people cry, and it's because there's emotions inside their body that are stuck, and it helps them, loosen them up or move them, and they process it through yoga. Um, Yoga is also trained for your meditation. There's other things besides just the yoga positions, right? There's
Mhm.
more to yoga. So, yoga is a practice, yoga is a state of mind. So, being in tune with the body, and it's really good for balance. Like as we get older, people don't have good balance. It's good for your core strength, and you get exercise out of it too, and you learn how to breathe and be within yourself with yoga. Let's see what else I got. So I do inner child, past life. These modalities are, um, I use them through each session depending on what somebody needs. Whatever limiting beliefs come up, it could come from a past life. It could come from generational cycles. So you need to heal not only yourself, but the generations in the past and the future generations. You're healing for the collective of your generational cycle, your DNA. There's also ancestral. So ancestral things, you know, that people have been through generations. You got your Native Americans, you know, they need a lot of healing, right?
Mhm.
So you can be the one person to help start the collective energy to heal through yourself.
Mhm.
There's also, so inner child is, so most things that happen to us where our limiting beliefs come from are from the ages of, it can come from the womb all the way up to 7 years old is when we're mainly imprinted. And so, and it could be something super simple, that you react to because you're not allowed to cry, so you're like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not lovable because I can't feel my emotions, right? So inner child work helps you, the present moment, what's happening in your life. You can go and you can go back to where that limiting belief came from, or wherever you are on your journey that is ready to receive the inner child. You can go to that space. You have to honor the person and where they're at. Maybe they can't go to the root of the cause, but a part where it stands out in their mind that they want to heal. So, inner child is very good for healing limiting beliefs and generational cycles that we've taken on in our lives. And it's very beautiful to connect. Sometimes I connect them to their parents. It all depends on the scenario and what needs to be healed. I go by, I connect to source. ground myself. So whatever comes through that that person needs, I'm just guided to help them and ask them the right questions or guide them in the experience to where they can heal what's happening within themselves.
Definitely, we have a lot of healing to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of work to do, and you're doing awesome work out here. It's needed.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Yes.
Like, imagine if we can heal people from racism.
100%. And I believe we can.
We can. We definitely can.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the same thing like as Indians, they went through their hardship.
Absolutely.
African Americans went through their hardship.
100%.
A lot of people went through their hardship based on judgments.
Yes.
And that's all it is people judge each other. But if we have a non-judgment zone on earth,
Mm-hmm.
imagine the difference in the healing we can do together.
Exactly.
And that's why we have everyday people.
Exactly.
We need a show like this to talk about this, topics like this and bring it out, and put it out in the universe so people can actually look in within themselves
Mm-hmm.
and question themselves and say, oh yeah, I need to do this, or need to do this, or I need to heal from this, or
Mm-hmm.
So can we talk about the different types of like scenarios, or like different stories that you had encountered, people who are trying to heal from like past life and childhood trauma and all of that?
Yeah. So I've had all different kinds of things. One of my favorite things that I experienced. So I also do cleansings. I sage houses as well,
Mhm.
and spirit cleansings. And I used to be like, I'm going to get rid of the spirits for you, right? So I had a client who came in and had a past life come up where it's generational, and she's seen the family members in this lifetime, in this past life that came through. And she had this entity stuck to her, and it was actually her child from a past life.
Wow.
And it just got so stuck and stagnant in negativity and victimhood that it became this scary, like The Ring,
Mhm.
the movie where the girl's crawling out of the
Yeah.
well. Like, she looked like that.
What?
But we got her to go all the way back to when she was a child and heal herself and let her move on. It was a beautiful experience. So now when I do that work, when I go to remove things, I help them process what happened to them and move them on in a beautiful way, instead of judgmental, like you're saying,
Yes.
and to heal them and understand where they're coming from and what happened to them.
Right.
So I communicate with them. Um, so that's one of my favorite experiences, that and learning. So I was learning too through that experience how to process, because she actually said, I don't want to just send them away. I want them to heal too.
Wow.
So it was beautiful. And then we found out that it was a child she had in her past life. So, and it was just so stuck. I've had to help people with their codependencies with drugs and alcohol.
Yes. So if you can
Um,
elaborate on that.
Yeah, so people don't like to feel their emotions. They
Mhm.
don't want to face things that have happened in their life or things they've done. So they use substance to run away from it, basically. So it's not an addiction. I mean, yes, it's an addiction, but yet I find it to be a codependency, because you're codependent on not feeling your emotions. And
Right.
so you're using a substance, you're codependent on that substance or multiple substances. So I've gotten people to stop drinking, to stop doing drugs in all different aspects and healing. There's people that have had divorce from their family that they didn't deal with the emotions.
Yeah.
So having to deal and face what happened in, when they were a child, and they take on the responsibility, a lot of these people, or they don't feel lovable. And so instead of, they get either jaded in their own relationships as well because of what they felt, the negativity through their parents.
Mhm.
So it's traumatized them. So a lot of people have trauma and limiting beliefs. Now, limiting beliefs can happen where you feel like, say, you don't feel lovable, So I'll give you an experience. Or you don't feel good enough. So when I was in school, things that I've healed, because I heal myself.
Mhm.
So when I was in school, I had to be in a special reading class, and it traumatized me because I felt I wasn't good enough and I wasn't lovable, because here I am getting picked out of all these kids in my class to have to be in a special reading class. So I'm like, what's wrong with me? All these things I'm thinking about myself because I have to have extra help.
Mhm.
And then I got put into a class, there was like 10 of us.
Mhm.
Well, all of them, most of them, majority of them were bullies. So not only am I in the special reading class and feeling low about myself, my peers in the class are bullying me.
Mhm.
So that's something I had to work through, and I've seen come through my life not feeling good enough or lovable in my relationships. Now I realized that I was hanging out with the wrong vibration. So people who are not in alignment with me, and I was trying to be somebody that I wasn't.
Mhm.
So when you see that happening in your life and you're like, why don't these people like me? And it's like, well, maybe it's not that they don't like you. It's just that you're not the same vibration as them. We all have vibration. So we're vibing on the same vibration. And when you're hanging out with people who are not, you're trying to be something you're not.
Right.
So then you have all these limiting beliefs and thoughts coming through your head that you're not feeling lovable or good enough. And so you don't feel accepted. You don't feel, so then it triggers even more issues. And then you start to see it pan out in other aspects of your life. So a lot of clients, it's like a trickle down. It's like peeling an onion. There's so many layers, right?
Right.
And they're all connected. And how are they
Yes.
connected? And figuring out the pieces to heal within yourself. Now, going back, we came here on earth with purpose. We came here to be a certain, do things in a certain way.
I want to talk about the purpose right after the commercial break because
Okay.
I know this is going to be a huge topic.
Okay.
You are watching Everyday People live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and top social media platforms. Make sure you like, you follow, you share, and subscribe and comment. And I do appreciate those of you who commented. And thank you for watching. And make sure you share and you comment. And thank you so much for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. أعزائي المشاهدين أعزائي المشاهدين شكرا للمشاهدات Everyday People على قناة WJZZ Cool TV. And today's guest is Miss Samantha, who is also a sponsor on the show. And you can find Miss Samantha at Salon New You in Birmingham. And that's where you can find Samantha. And at the end of the show, we're going to leave her contact information. And I also want to thank our sponsors, Pink Cab Express Incorporation and Pink Medical Transportation Incorporation for the sponsorship. And we really, really appreciate all the viewers watching on a weekly basis. And if you would like to be a sponsor on the show, you can hit this Cash App, capital J112233 capital W. And we're going to continue with the conversation with Samantha about
Purpose.
It's huge. Most people don't know their purpose. So this is a
100%.
very, very important topic to talk about.
Yes. It's because we've been conditioned by society for a very long time, and we've become people that we don't even know. Because either, I had a client last night where they're people pleasers. So people pleasers, where do you get that from? Pleasing your family, or someone in your family is a people pleaser. So you become that person and you start doing for other people and you don't do for yourself. And then you lose yourself and all these other people. And then you are like, well, I don't know who I am. I don't know what to do with myself. A lot of people lose themselves in their children. Okay.
Yes, that's a big one. That's huge.
It's huge. And so then they get like, my mom is like my sister and I were her life basically, and we're still mostly her life. That's part of her identity, and that's what happens is that we identify with certain things, and maybe they're not in alignment with us, but they become our purpose. But then it's not in alignment, so then we start having resentment and anger and sadness and depression because that's not who we are, right? So um it's important to know who we are, and it's been a long journey for me to figure out who I was. I was very conditioned and didn't know who I was, and was in a bunch of relationships, and you know I got to sit back and think, okay, well, I'm with this person and I do all these things with this person, but these are the things they like. What about me?
Right. That's the big question. What about me?
Wait a minute. And, I used to smoke cigarettes. I didn't want to smoke anymore. So, like, these things that are my niches are things that I've actually taken control of in my life and learned to have healthy habits. So, when you're learning about yourself and evolving, you're growing and you find your purpose, but it's all about loving yourself. Love is the most important part of it. When you can unconditionally love yourself, and so many people don't,
Yes.
you can be like a bright star in the world, right?
Yes.
So, and a lot of it has to do with our intuition. So many people don't know how to use their intuition. That has been a gift of mine my whole life. And I thought everybody thought like me for the longest time. But then I didn't realize that people don't think like me. So I had to figure out how can I teach people how to use their intuition. And it has a lot to do with how we feel in the body. So many people will say, I overthought, and I overthought this. And, I racked it up in my mind. Well, the mind is the ego. And you have to quiet the ego, balance the ego out. The ego is not bad, it's just unbalanced and it's insecure. So you have to balance it out and you have to learn to work from your heart space. So when you have issues where you're like, damn it, I knew I was right, and then they didn't listen to themselves, it was something else that they heard or somebody else said or the advice that they got from somebody else, right?
Right.
So then they're like, I wish I would have listened to myself. Well, that was your intuition. And so many people don't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to teach people how to find their intuition, what they need to do to find their intuition, and how to build that muscle. Everything is a muscle. We didn't just learn how to read, right? We had to build the muscle and learn how to read.
Right.
Same thing with your intuition. Same thing with finding your purpose. You have to learn yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And it's building the muscles inside yourself and rewiring your mindset. So, like I used to be when I was doing hair at the salon, it was very toxic. And we were all in lack. And I didn't realize that. I would sit there and go through the books and be like, oh my God, where is everybody? I'm not making any money, right? So I'm lack. My aunt actually did teach me this. I will give her props for this. She said, you're in lack mindset. You need to start thinking positively and think about what you do have and appreciate what you do have.
Yes. Yes. That's really key and really, really important.
Super important.
Yes.
So, I still I would find myself, dwelling, and I would be like, oh, I'm not going to make any money this week. And now I'm to the extreme. I'm like the opposite. I have no idea how much money is coming in. Okay. I just go and show up when I got to be where I got to be. And that's how I live my life now. And the money just flows now because I'm not in my lack mindset. People come and go and they're like, oh, sorry, I haven't been here in 8 months. And I'm like, oh, it's been that long? I didn't even realize, because I'm just busy doing what I want to do and being who I want to be, and knowing that when I don't have clients, the universe is giving me time to get other things done. I'm appreciative. I'm always in gratitude, instead of like, I'm not making any money, I don't have any clients today. I'm like, oh man, the universe wants me to get this, this, and this done. So that's how I think now. And it does take a while to rewire the mindset. I would catch myself. So one of the techniques I give people to do is when you say something negative about yourself, you have to cancel it out and say at least two positive things about yourself. So that's what I would do. And I'd be like, "You're a great hairdresser. The money is coming." And you just say things. And then, even sometimes when you don't believe it, you'll start to believe it when you keep repeating it to yourself. And
Positive affirmations.
yes, it's affirmations and saying and knowing it in your heart and believing in it.
Right. Law of attraction.
The law
It's
of
real.
attraction.
It's real.
Hmm.
And most people don't realize, I've come to realize a few days ago, but I've realized this before. But then, you know how, like, when you're around people, you know what I mean? They try to shapeshift to your thoughts and things like that. But you always have to be true to yourself and your purpose,
Hmm.
because your purpose is what's important.
Yes.
And so when you have a purpose, just know it comes with money. It's just gonna flow. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But you gotta set the intentions, and money can't be the first thing because that's gonna come with it.
Yes.
Just believing and knowing that it will come.
Hmm.
That's how I've always lived my life.
So my coach, Dr. Aaron, will say, "Don't worry about the where, when, or how. Just manifest what you want
Right.
and it will come." And it took me a while to learn that, but now I finally have it down pat. And literally, I have people that I don't even know friending me on Facebook. We get to chatting and I tell them what I'm trying to create and they're offering me money. So it'll come. Maybe I don't have the money, but the money is coming to me and I just got to be open to
Open.
miracles happening.
Definitely. Something happened to me yesterday, and I posted on social media. But I do affirmations, but I do like, I call them quiet affirmations
Hmm.
because it's all in my head.
That's fine.
So I say I'm a legit money magnet. That's one of my favorite ones.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And yesterday, I was literally needed the help, and I needed to pay somebody. This lady comes to me. She's like, "Here, take this, $50." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate it." Like, out of nowhere, she came to me and said, "Here, take this. I know you need it." I'm like, "What? How does this lady know?" Ah! But then, law of attraction, the affirmations, everything just connecting and coming together. That's what you call spirituality.
Hmm.
And you got to believe in that
Hmm.
because it's real.
Yes.
Even though it looks like an illusion, but if you notice, most successful people in this world, they use the same technique over and over and over again. But the most important thing, you got to heal yourself
Yes.
to reach that point,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So how we do it? How can people heal themselves?
Well, you hire somebody to help you and teach you the skill sets to heal yourself. You get somebody who knows what they're doing and have them show you the way and support you. I support my clients. Like I made my one client go to a codependency call, and he was like, "If you go, I'll go." And I was like, "Okay, I support you. I want you to heal. You have to have the right people who support you and they truly want you to better your life, and that's what's important." And there's all kinds of things you can do to everybody works in a different way. Some people like meditation where you're silent. Some people like to be led in meditation. Some people like breath work. There's different ways and modalities of doing things. It's finding what works for you.
Right.
Also, having healthy habits like working out and doing well for your body. What are you doing? For me, like when I'd go to the gym, it was like contradictory because I would dread going. So you're contradicting exactly what you're trying to achieve. And I would make excuses for myself. Now, I love yoga. I love to ride bikes. I love hiking. I love kayaking. So I do the things that fuel my soul to give me exercise. And it's not work to me. It's not like, oh, I got to go to the gym today. Some people love the gym. By all means, you find what works for you. Same with food. Food is a very important as well. What you're fueling your body with. What are you eating and what are you drinking? There's things that are, you have to know and read the ingredients and things. Water. What kind of water are you drinking? Do you know that public water has fluoride in it? Fluoride blocks the pineal gland, which blocks you from being to your higher self. So you are being blocked by certain things, and being educated in what you're consuming is very, very important. I can tell the difference. And you can be addicted to coffee. I just had to unaddict myself to coffee because you rely on it. And if you don't have it, at least in my case, I get migraines. So it's horrible. And I do things that are where you have to do cleanses and things like that, and I can't have things. So having an addiction like that is not healthy for me, because then I end up, contradicting myself again by having a migraine while I'm trying to get healthy at the same time. So there's all these aspects about getting better. It makes you feel better too, you know? What kind of sugar is in the things? Is there corn syrup? There's so many things that are no good for us that if you're educated and you know what you're consuming, your body can't digest certain things. We're not meant to have corn, you know? Corn turns into sugar. Starches turn into sugar. There's all this education and what are you consuming and what is happening to your body. It physically affects you. So that's one of the first steps in getting the right mind, is when you're getting healthy within yourself. You're clearing out all the stuff that is not serving you. How often do you eat meat? Are you a vegetarian? Are you eating a good, healthy, rounded diet to support you? So there's so many aspects in how you can grow, evolve. There's You have to do all of the things. It's not just one, because we do have to take care of this vessel.
Right.
Our soul and the chakras may be added, and when we leave this place, we can go somewhere else and we never die.
Right.
But if we want to be here and have this experience here on earth and learn the lessons and feel the feelings and, have all the experiences, you have to take care of yourself in all the ways. So finding what works for you is very important. Having an altar for yourself in your bedroom, or like a vision board where you're seeing something repetitively. Affirmations. Print out your affirmations that you want to tell yourself. I have affirmations sitting right by my bed. I can't escape them. They're there every day. So in fact, I don't even have to read them. They're just in my mind, you
Right.
know? So there's just a lot of ways you can
Heal yourself.
heal yourself. And it just is, the more, and you just keep learning. You just keep growing and evolving, and enjoy it, people.
Yes.
Enjoy
Enjoy.
the journey.
Enjoy the journey. That's very important.
And be patient
Yes.
with yourself
Yes.
and others.
And others.
That was a hard one for me to learn. I still struggle when I drive.
Yellow, not anymore.
I've gotten way better.
We're going to take the last commercial break,
Okay.
and then we're going to continue with advice for everyone
Okay.
on their spiritual journey and to heal
Okay.
themselves, and to also reach out to healers who support in healing the past, healing the present, and healing the future.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is why we have the Miss Samantha on the show.
Yes.
Spiritual healer and a hairstylist and multi-talented.
Yes.
Yes. You are watching Everyday People live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Make sure you like, you follow, you share, you subscribe, and you comment. Thank you so much for watching WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. أعزائي المشاهدين شكرا لمشاهدة Everyday People على قناة WJZZ Cool TV. And today's guest is Miss Samantha, and she is also the sponsor for Everyday People, the show. And the salon that she works out of is called New You Salon in Birmingham. And also, thank you to our sponsor, Pink Cab Express Incorporation and Pink Medical Transportation Inc. For the sponsorship. And for those of you who would like to sponsor this show, you can hit this Cash App, capital J 112233, capital W. And we're going to take the last 4 minutes to continue to give spiritual advice.
Okay. Let's see. So I would say another thing on your spiritual journey, you need to have like-minded people who think like you. You want to have 5 people. My friend Terry taught me this. Who do you see and who do you surround yourself? Do they support you? Do they love you unconditionally? Um, you know, all the things that are important to you, are they in alignment with you? Now, I was out of alignment for a very long time, so I didn't have that. And I started to follow, even if you just follow someone that you're attracted to on social media that is makes you feel good about yourself, uplifts you, makes you want to make the changes in your life. Follow those people. Those are the people you want, even if they don't physically have your back, they have your back spiritually, you know?
Yes.
So, and they're there for you and they're trying to teach you. That's what we're here for.
Mhm.
And so having the people in your life that support you, who are you surrounded by, is so, so, so important.
Mhm.
And because the negativity, what are you looking at on social media? You know, like for a while there, I was seeing a bunch of stuff I didn't even like. And then I started to shift the people in my life and the people I was bringing in, especially on like Instagram. It's like everything's uplifting, everything's positive, and I hear all these people complaining about what they're seeing on their social media, and it's like, well, you're not following the people that are in alignment with you.
Right. Right. That's the problem. And you're the one who clicks follow.
Right? It's just that is very key, is to have people who want to that have your back and that are there for you. When you're surrounded by negativity, you're going to be negative too. And that's how I was living my life at the salon I was at. I was not supported. They didn't care. It was, you know, like feast or famine for everybody. Nobody cared. They cared about themselves. And then I moved to this other salon where we're all our own individual bosses. And the support I had and the love and, you know, no problems, you know, just doing my hair for me or commenting and complimenting my work. I didn't have that at that salon. I was so insecure about my work. I didn't have any confidence. And therefore, that's why I wasn't attracting people, because I wasn't confident where I worked or in my work. And then when people were like cheering me on, I was like, oh, maybe I am good at what I do, you know? And then now I'm just very confident in everything that I do. I don't do anything I'm not confident in or that I don't want to do. So that all matters. Find what you love to do. Do the things you love to do. And then you're going to find the people who do the same things. And you're going to start having different friends, different relationships, and you'll see your life change. Sometimes we have to let go of people that we level up. Sometimes we go up and they stay here and then we have to move on. And it's a sad thing. And maybe they'll come back and rise with us, but you just never know.
Yes. Thank you, Samantha, so much.
Mhm.
Thank you for being my guest. Thank you for being my sponsor.
Mhm.
And thank you so much for doing my hair.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it and love it.
I'm glad.
Thank you so much for watching Everyday People on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And next week, I have another special, interesting guest, Miss Candy. So stay tuned. And also follow my Snapchat and Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and most of my social media accounts. It's capital J 112233 capital W to follow the stories, and make sure you share, you comment, and you subscribe. We really appreciate you, and thank you so much for watching. And see you next week.
Bye.